Hello.
Hi,
Hi.
Mike.
Hello. All right. So the people watching, I'm Michael Mazvac. I am a father of Evan Mazvac with PWS, and he just turned 14 last month. And we are here today with Meghan Eichelberger. And Meghan, how do you know us?
Well, my backstory is a little interesting. I met Mike working at a restaurant in high school. Before I met my husband, who I met through Mike, because Mike is married to Lisa, my husband's sister.
Yes. So I was working, when we first moved to Georgia, I was working two jobs, and one was weekends and nights waiting tables. And then I thought I was finally done. And then after my first son was born, Paul, just 21 years ago, so I went back to working there. And then were you there? I don't even remember were you there before or after I came back, but it was around that same time period, right?
Lisa was pregnant with Paul.
Oh, she was.
She was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think you were working to get some extra baby money.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then so her brother, Kevin, came down for a summer to stay with us. And so we got him a job at that same place, and you guys ended up, what, bartending together?
I was a hostess. But yes,
You were the hostess then?
Down the road, we made bartender together. It was quite the evolution.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And now you have Parker and Caroline. And how old is Parker?
Yes.
I lost you.
I'm so sorry. Parker is 10 years old and Caroline is 7. Just turned 7.
They're so awesome.
They are awesome.
All right. So one of the questions, I'm going to skip ahead, that Andrea had said, which kind of cracked me up. I'm going to ask this to you. It said, where was it? Oh, was there any time where you did not like me, where you disliked me?
I mean, I was really hoping that was a one question that you would skip over. I don't think I've ever not liked you. I don't think I've ever not liked you. In fact, when we did work together at the restaurant, you were my favorite because you were the fun guy. So it was always nice to have you there. Did you ever not like me?
No, oh, absolutely not. No, as a hostess, I have to even say, even before we knew each other, oh my gosh, you were great. And I don't know if people work in the restaurant business know, the hostess is actually key to your tables. They will sit people or not sit people to you. Or you can sit them with people you think are bad, and you were just delightful. It was great. And skipping ahead, I have to say that as the years went by and as we started having kids, my admiration for you only grew and grew. We threw on you, I do remember we had you babysit Paul, our firstborn, and the first time we ever changed a diaper, and it was a disaster. And so you probably thought at the time,
you all had fed him prune juice.
You probably thought it was the worst thing ever. And then when you became a mom yourself, you're like, oh yeah, okay, this is easy.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's been an absolute joy watching those 3 boys grow. I mean, I have learned so much from you guys. It has just been, I mean, I can't believe it. I can't believe Paul's 21 and, and Craig's in college and Evan's a teenager into his teenage years. I mean, it's just amazing.
Isn't that just nuts? I think it's nuts. I don't feel much crazy for that. And your little Parker, is there?
No, you're not really, but
yeah.
Oh yeah.
But the other thing is, you have been beyond supportive. Even before Evan's diagnosis, you were like an amazing aunt to be, an amazing aunt. But then when we got the diagnosis of Evan, it was just like amazing. You were unbelievably, I don't know the word, able to count on. I'm losing track of a word here, but you just were wonderful.
Reliable?
Thank you.
Wow.
That's reliable, and not just reliable and helpful and proactively helpful, which is something that is actually very difficult and doesn't come around a lot. Like, a lot of people will say, oh yeah, just call me anytime, I can do anything anytime. You, not only would you say that, but you would actually do it. You and Kevin would just show up for no reason and just help out, and it was amazing. And of course,
thank you. I mean, it was a crazy time. I mean, I remember Evan in the hospital. I remember it vividly. I remember him with his lighter hair, and he had a good set of hair. And I was like, he looks like a little surfer dude. He did. Super cute baby. I remember Lisa being concerned, you know, and I just remember you being the glue, Mike, that just held it all together, and you just kept trucking and kept pushing, and you know, you had the other two boys and the diagnosis or the undiagnosis, and then the diagnosis. And you know what I think has been really unique about the take that you've kind of taken is that playtime and Evan being able to be active and have fun were so important to you. And I think, you know, Lisa's so awesome on the medical side and what can we do, and then you're on this other side saying let's focus on him being happy, you know. So you've got your two pieces that just make a whole of let's get him all the treatment he needs and let's make this kid live the best life possible. And you have done, we'll like tear up, so much work to make sure that he is living the best life. Oh my God, this wasn't supposed to happen. And honestly, being able for Caroline and I to go to the kickball tournament in Buffalo, I have never seen Evan own a room before. I mean, that kid, what you all did for him and how hard you worked. I mean, he was just Mr. Confident. He was with his people. I mean, he felt comfortable. It was for him. I mean, you guys have made huge efforts above and beyond what most parents do to make sure that there's money there for research, that he is happy, that he feels accepted in an environment. I mean, it's just been amazing to witness. It really has. And I feel like I need to do more, you know. It's been awesome.
I am beyond flattered about that. I was, for many things. For one, the fact that you've noticed it and you hit it right on the head, where Lisa is the very analytical and the very serious. And the worst absolute part was the 3 weeks we didn't have a diagnosis. It was just a nightmare. Didn't know what was going to come. And then we got the diagnosis. Lisa immediately went into every book. And the only question I actually had, I said, am I going to be able to take Evan to the park and play? Mm-hmm. And when she said, well, yeah, it was just like everything else flew away. And for me, it was like, okay, I can work with anything else. I can do it. We can do absolutely anything else because we've got that. And she said, Lisa went right in and she read everything and too much. She probably did too much. And I didn't do any because I had to balance it. Yeah. But if anybody is watching this, what Meghan was talking about was every year we do a kickball tournament as a fundraiser for Prader-Willi research. And we do two. We try to do one in Atlanta and one in the fall. And in the summer, we do it in Buffalo. And last year, we were lucky enough to have you, Meghan, and Caroline come to the game. And it was a highlight of our year to have you there. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, we enjoyed it.
Blast, and it was so much fun.
It was so cool.
Yeah, it's exhausting, but I get restless when we're not doing it. This year's been a nightmare for me because we're not doing it.
I know. What are you filling your time with?
Homeschooling?
Right? Probably homeschooling.
Yeah, that's taken a lot, but it's terrible. You know, because our mindset is we were always from the third day after, it took us a couple days, third day after his diagnosis, we're like, okay, what can we do to fix this? What's the research and what's going on? And we've been very, very involved in that.
Absolutely. You guys have been his biggest champion. And other kids too. I mean, you're not raising money just for Evan, you're raising it for all the kids affected. I mean, it's you've raised a lot and you've spread a lot of awareness. I mean, my friends are all aware of it now.
Friends are awesome.
You know, it's just been a great evolution.
One of the best things of it is actually being able to bring other families together.
Yes.
Because when we do it in Buffalo, it's a much more spread out. There's not as much awareness. It's not as big of a city as Atlanta. And so we have these families come who have never met or talked to other families. You know, they may have had to drive an hour and a half or 2 hours, but they get to spend the day with other families like that.
Yeah, and they all felt loved and accepted. And I don't think any kid felt like they didn't belong that day. You know, I think everybody felt that they belonged and it was for them. I mean, how special is that? Mm-hmm. Have something for them. So I think it's super cool. I absolutely
love doing it. And I loved that you were there. And Evan still talks about the time that you and Caroline were there. We'll go walking like on a trail and he'll talk and talk. And just this week, we went to a trail and there were cattails. And he was talking about how the one day that it was one evening, and I took him and Caroline and the dog, and we just went to like a school or a park, and we just walked around. We got cattails, and Evan and Caroline were playing with him. He still talks about that every.
That's so cute.
Oh my gosh, he loves it so much.
They love their cousins. They love their cousins.
And, oh yeah, and I think since they're younger, I think their older cousins, my boys, they love being the idea of being like the big cousins.
The big kids. Ones. Oh yeah.
Oh, they think it's so cool.
Absolutely. Yes. For
it's
sure.
It's a great symbiotic relationship between them. They absolutely love it.
So crazy. Yep. They FaceTime me. Your 21-year-old son FaceTimes my kids. It's crazy. I don't know any other kids that do that. And Craig and Evan, I mean, they all do. It's an amazing dynamic and relationship. It really is.
Well, and there's the video game aspect of it too. They love that. They're on the same level of it too.
They dread it, yeah. He may play more than he should. Yeah. Still,
I wasn't really, when I was little, video games weren't that big. Well, or they weren't that accessible, so I didn't have them. And so you grow up thinking the video games are just kids ignoring it. It can be very social, the way they play.
Yeah. They game online with each other.
Yeah, they game online, and then if they're even in person, you think they're not doing something, but they're in the room playing the same game.
Yeah.
I think it's wonderful.
It does. It connects them. It does. Yeah. It does, for sure.
Yes.
Then I want to say too, something that I don't know, I've been thinking about, like although I haven't been hosting any parties or doing any room mom activities lately, but one thing I did want to point out is that having Evan as a nephew with special needs, then it goes to other kids who might have, sensory issues or food allergies or anything. I feel like I've learned a lot more about, being inclusive of everybody now. When we get together with Evan, like how much food's going to be out, what can he eat, when should we put it away? And I think that helps out too. And I'm so grateful for is other aspects of my life. Like I've been room mom multiple times. So just making sure that every kid feels included in things. I really think having Evan has helped me understand and to be more proactive and looking out for other kiddos. No one wants to feel left out. Everyone wants to feel included. And I just, I don't know. I've learned a lot. I really have learned a lot with him.
That just goes against your character because not everybody learns from that. We have, even in our own family, it's still a struggle everywhere we go to understand the people. Well, just tell them not to eat it or right. Something else. With him, it's not just the overeating, but he has food allergies. So we have that double whammy. And you have been amazing. When we come visit you, it's incredible. You have choices, you have options. You don't have things just sitting out. It's just absolutely incredible. There is a rare case where we can go somewhere, and if I don't see Evan, let's say he gets up before me, and I don't panic. Like I have to follow him everywhere. But when we're with you guys, no, the panic is not there. It is completely.
We try. We do our best.
Awesome.
We love them. We love them so much, and you guys. And I know how hard you and Lisa fight. For a better future for these kiddos, and it's really heartwarming. It really is. I mean, Lisa's poured herself into this, and you have too, and the money you've raised, and how much you guys fight. It's awesome.
Well, and that's something that I don't think I would have known you have to do until this happened.
Yeah.
You think it's just things are going to be laid out, and they're not, and you have to fight for every bit of research. You have to fight with every teacher and every class, the IEPs, and Lisa is a master of that.
Yeah, she is. She's got it down.
Incredible.
Y'all work your tails off.
Yeah. Well, she's the one who, I don't even know what grade it was. This had to be when Evan was first starting in public school. And so she had the IEP meeting with the teacher and the principal. And Lisa was like, and if you could you not do even things like macaroni pictures, because Evan will eat those. And the principal said, well, why did you do that? It doesn't even taste good.
Right.
Oh, but you're not even listening.
Right. You need to get it. You need to get it. Well, y'all have fought hard. I mean, and then Evan went out for his black belt in Taekwondo. I mean, that's what strength he has. And he's in a book.
He is. He is in a book. He's in what is the name of it? It was by the woman who did Strong as a New Pretty, and he did.
I know it, but I can't because we're on the spot.
The Heart of a Boy.
Yes.
Yeah. His Taekwondo was amazing because he started when he was 3 and he could barely lift his leg to jump. His jumps used to be funny. He wouldn't actually leave the ground, but he would raise his shoulders and think he jumped. And they gave him an honorary black belt because as a littlest one, he went as high as he could in a little tiny round, but then he actually earned his actual black belt.
Yeah.
And this is odd. One of the more amazing things is he didn't earn it on his first test.
Right.
I know he was disappointed, but honestly, for me, I thought that was even better because it showed they weren't just giving a trophy to everyone, just a participation. It was, nope, you didn't pass that part, so you don't get your black belt this time, you have to test again.
And he had to persevere.
And he persevered. When he got it, you know that he earned it. They weren't just handing it out for nothing.
And it gives other people hope. I mean, with the low muscle tone, I mean, for Evan to get a black belt, I mean, I just think that is amazing, and gives other people just, something to look to. Yeah,
we fight for him, but we also end up using him a lot as like here's what we can do. Here's what can happen here. Look at this kid.
Yeah.
Come support us because look at him.
Exactly.
But
he's earned it. Use it.
He loves it. He may be getting to the point where he may be shy about it, but no, right now he loves it. As you said, the kickball game, he thinks it's his. I mean, it is, but it's amazing.
And then something else I've noticed is that, your 2 older sons are phenomenal with him. I think at one point it's kind of been the focal point of what Paul may be interested in doing. And I know Craig has played a huge role in Evan's life and helping him out. I just think, how do you feel? How is it for you having those 2 older boys helping out during this journey?
That is a really good question. They are amazing. And I mean, Paul's going to Georgia Tech and he wants to go into like a medical research field. It may not be Prader-Willi directed, but it's kind of molded the way he is. But one of the best parts is they don't treat him special, especially at home. No, they'll get annoyed at him. They'll yell at him. They'll treat him like a brother.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Great. Yeah. It's perfect.
And
I've heard them fight. I've heard them get on each other's nerves and push buttons.
Yeah. They don't bully him, because it's disability, but they just treat him the same way. Paul treats Evan the same way he treats Craig. And
exactly.
And he needs
it's a completely normal brother dynamic between the 3 of them.
Yeah. He'll have a different meltdown from them, but it's deserved and he gets it.
Yeah. And they've been helpful too. They've been, and y'all have a good, strong dynamic. The 5 of you. Yeah,
they're fun.
They're fun.
So outside of Prader-Willi, what did you think? I want to ask you, what did you think parenthood was going to be like for you?
For me, parenthood, gosh, I don't know. You kind of think of sunshine and rainbows, but it's not always, sunshine and rainbows. I have a child whose medical needs aren't as great, but I had to fight for a few years. The sibling fighting, how awesome it is when they accomplish things. It's been a fun ride. Homeschooling, not exactly what I thought I'd be doing, virtual learning, but we're going with it. I don't
think anybody thought this was happening like this. So I have to tell you, from knowing you as, just a hostess and then seeing you to become the mom, it is always amazing to me see you go from that to the mom, and so wonderfully, just such an incredible mother you are.
Thank you.
The way you take care of your kids and the way you run everything, and at least you give the illusion that you got everything under control. It's amazing how many different directions you're in. And because I don't want to assume that everything is so easy for you, because it's not, but you handle the different schedules with them, and it's wonderful.
Thanks. I mean, likewise, y'all juggle so much with the therapies and the older boys and college and schoolwork and homework. It's a lot, but it's awesome. I mean, it's so rewarding.
It is. And yeah, it's almost like I've been just waiting to be this boring. I love it. The moment that Paul was born, I'm like, that's it. Everybody says, oh, your life is over. I'm like, no, now it's got its purpose and its direction. And
how did you feel about becoming outnumbered with baby number 3, with baby Evan?
Oh yeah, yeah, that was something.
Because we stopped at 2, so
so you still had the one.
We still have one person to help with each, but.
Well, that was when Paul was littler and he gave the illusion like he was going to be a helper all the time. And then we learned just how much he dislikes doing work. So, so before, when Lisa was pregnant with the third one, we're like, oh, it's going to be easy. Paul will be our helper. And,
so funny. And he's like,
No, he doesn't like it so much.
So funny.
Yeah, but I don't know. We've gotten, in other aspects, we were so lucky. I mean, we've had it so easy with the other two. It's crazy.
Yeah, they're good kids.
Yeah, right?
Like, yeah, they all are. The kids you dream of having, is well behaved, and I mean, I feel like I got into a lot more trouble than your older ones too.
I know I did. We could leave for a week and I wouldn't worry about the house at all. I was like, that's just nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, they might be playing video games. That's about it.
Yeah, not too bad.
Right. They're really good. So I don't know how much is that. It's just parenting or just getting lucky. So it's just.
I'll say it's a good mix.
Yeah.
It's a good mix.
Yes. So in the world of PWS and gratitude, I have to just say you are by far one of our biggest champions, and we
thank you.
Just love you so much. And
oh my God, likewise. Y'all are, like I said, you're rock stars. Y'all do so much, and it's watching parents fight. And I know it's not easy. You guys try to get all of this attendance and people to help you fundraise, but it's really, you guys are, you do have help and support, but it's, you guys are driving the ship, it's you and Lisa that just keep pressing on. You don't take no for answers. Lisa certainly doesn't, and neither do you. I mean, she will fight tooth and nail for that child, and so do you. You both have proved it in all of your actions and everything you do. Y'all are awesome parents, really, really and truly.
Well, and it's enormously flattering that you notice that and to say that. That's just incredible. Because there at the end of the day, you're like, oh, I've done so much, and I wonder if anybody knows. It's really, it's I don't know if it's egotistical, but you're like, I don't know if anybody understands what's going on, and for somebody to notice that and say it, it's amazing. It's a big.
Oh, you do a lot. You both do.
Yeah, but it's a lot of fun too. I mean, it is.
It is. Yeah.
Not the IEPs, but.
Not fighting health insurance, but everything else.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I had no idea that was going to be a thing. Right?
It's a thing for me, and I don't even know what I'm fighting for.
Insane. I was so ignorant of it. I thought it's just, if you have insurance, this is what you get. It makes sense. No, I believe that they purposely will tell you no when it's legally yes, just to see, because most people won't fight.
Right.
And if you don't fight,
you got to put up the fight. Y'all put up the good fight.
But I had no idea you had to. But now I'm learning. So, yeah. Well, thank you so much, Megan. Thank you for everything you do for us, and thank you for doing this.
It has been my absolute pleasure. I mean, I think the world of y'all. You guys kill it with Evan, and the other two. You both fight so hard. You care. You raise money not just for your son, but for other kids with PWS. It's great. I'm very fortunate to be a part of your lives. I truly am.
Thank you. And I love your kids. I just love them. They're so much fun.
Yeah.
I have an absolute blast with them.
You do. You're the fun Uncle Mike. Yes, for sure.
Oh, they're way more fun than like regular adults. Oh, come on. They're an absolute blast. They awesome. Get me.
They do. They get you because you're a giant child. Yes.
Yeah. I get my humor more than most.
Like to have fun. Yeah.
Oh, that was a scam call. I got a spam call just now during our call. All right. All right. Well, I just want to say thank you again. And I think that'll wrap us up.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be a part of this.